Hi, I'm Nathan Vera, Customer Engagement Manager with Brightcove. So we've all seen it, on somebody else's website, a beautifully produced video, but then on the web page it has black bars on either side or on the top and the bottom. Nothing screams, "I don't know what I'm doing," like having black bars around your video. Not to mention all the precious real estate on your web page that you're wasting with just black bars. So the reason this is happening is because your player and your video have different aspect ratios. To better explain this, let me give you a visual. Okay, so let's talk resolution. This is what's known as 4K video. It's called 4K because of the 4,000 pixels across the top of your screen, or the width of the video is approximately 4,000 pixels wide. This is 1080. This is the HD we all know and love. It's what every modern camera and TV currently uses, and it's called 1080 because the 1080 pixels that make up the height of the video. I know, it's confusing. This is 720. It's 1080's little brother. It's half the resolution, and it's called 720 because of the 720 pixels of the height of the video. This was the first version of HD that came out. And finally, for those of you under the age of 30, this is what TV used to look like. This is standard def. And the biggest difference between standard def and any of the HD resolutions that I've shown you, besides being smaller, is that everything I've shown you up until now has what's called a 16:9 aspect ratio. It's what gives us that widescreen look. And what it really means technically is that for every 16 pixels across, you go 9 pixels down. That's how you keep this correct widescreen aspect ratio. Whereas the standard def is a 4:3 aspect ratio, meaning for every 4 pixels across, you go 3 pixels down. So more square looking. And this is where our problems begin. All right, now that we understand what aspect ratio is and why it's so important, the good news is this is really easy to fix. So if you're shooting HD video of any kind, you're shooting in a 16:9 aspect ratio. The good news is the Brightcove player defaults to 16:9, so you're good to go. However, if we bring in some legacy footage that's at 4:3 or really any other aspect ratio, we need to create a player that matches that video. So we recommend you create a, for example, 4:3 player, label it 4:3, that you can use every time you publish your 4:3 content. That way you'll avoid the black bars, you'll look professional. Another tool you may find useful is an aspect ratio calculator. Basically, you plug in the height and it spits out the width for you. It does all the calculations for you based on the aspect ratio that you need, 4:3 or 16:9. That way you don't have to try and figure out what the exact height and width needs to be. Search the internet for aspect ratio calculator. There's a bunch of really good ones out there. So I hope this tip helps you when embedding your videos on your webpage to avoid those black bars and keep them looking professional.